What is your American dream?
I'm from Argentina, and my American dream is everybody could have a house, food, education, healthy in my country and in every country of the world.
My American dream as a Jamaican immigrant is for everyone to come to America without any hostility and to just enjoy.
I'm from Independence, Missouri, and my American dream is for everybody to reach the same level of equality and just be together in unity with no judgment within the same place, and for people to come together and really see that there is no difference between us. I want everyone to have the same opportunities and just be together as one.
I'm a born American. I was born and raised here in New York City, and my parents are from actually the Dominican Republic. What my American dream is, just people to be able to go back the way we used to be. Come here, do your American dream, work hard, make money, and then go on. Can we all just get along?
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome everybody. It is Thursday, February 24th. Bit solemn today.
Yes.
Based on what's going on in the news. Jonathan, how you doing today?
Just like you said.
Bit solemn today. A little unsettling, everything that's happening today. We'll break it down in a little bit, but let's say hello to the squad.
Yes.
Right? We're all here.
We are.
Right?
We're here
all
together.
Right. Together. Carol Anderson, the Tiger, squad up. Christy Consali saying hello. Jessica Leamy, Joelle, squad up. Joyce Henry, how are you? Nikki, forever blessed, squad. Elizabeth Francis, squad up. Christy Consali, it's apple pie. How are you? Andrea Miller, squad up. Elizabeth Francis, squad up. Kavar Harris, how you doing? And on YouTube, Shan Smith, squad up. Jessica Leamy, how are you? Dembasau, squad up. Susie Q, Westman, I said Dembasau. Justina, Ejo Force, squad up. Familia.
Hey.
Yes, and Joan Grant, squad up. Daryl Winneba, Denise Johnson, and Kavar Harris, how are you? All right, Yo-Yo, take it away.
Absolutely. All right, squad, you already know what time it is. I need you guys all to please share, because we're going to be talking about a lot of things that are going on, especially that are going on around the world today. So this is a lot of important information that you guys would need to let everybody know that we're talking about. So please share, because like I said, we're going to speak and start schmoozing, and Brad's going to fill us in on the latest headlines, including Russia's military attack on Ukraine.
And of course, you can call 1-800-529-5465 to get on our show and ask your immigration questions internationally. It's 212-227-8933. And later in the show, we're going to have another squad versus crew match between show fan Marj Higs, a.k.a. Glamma.
I told y'all,
yes,
we had somebody special.
And crew member Jennifer Coley. By the way, I don't know if Jennifer's been on our show before.
No, she's making her debut.
Making her debut in a game of Where Are They From? Immigrant or American Born? Black History Month edition.
Yes, for our last week of Black History Month.
All right, let's get to some schmoozing.
All right.
So late evening yesterday, well after our show ended, Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. They came in from the east, the Russian border. They came in, the Russian-Ukrainian border. They came in from the north, the Belarus-Ukrainian border. They came in from the sea in the south, from the Black Sea into Odessa. They were not going after the autonomous regions right on the border where they were disputing whether that was Russian territory or Ukrainian territory. They did an all-out assault on Ukraine using surface-to-air missiles from within Russia out of the reach of any Ukrainian artillery, shooting at Kharkov, which is their second largest city on the Russian-Ukrainian border, Kiev, Odessa, their very important seaport, their third biggest city, Kiev being the first, and even in the north near the Polish border, Lvov was also getting hit as well. It appears that what they're trying to do is take a playbook right out of Desert Storm, where, Colin Powell, shock and awe. We just, decapitate them before you get a chance to even defend yourself. Quite frankly, it's 170,000 Russian troops who are better armed with more sophisticated weapons against something less than 170,000 Ukrainian troops, maybe 60, 70,000 Ukrainian troops. So the Russian troops are double the Ukrainian army. They have better
with
arms.
More arms.
They have better sophisticated arms. The only thing that Ukraine, if you think that they could put up a fight, is because they're defending their homeland. They're defending their mothers, their wives, their children. Russia is an invading force. This is extraordinarily unsettling. It's the first time since World War II, in 80 years, that a country has gone on the offensive for no reason other than being an imperialist country, that they want to just own more land. It's even unsettling because we have a dictatorship, in essence, in Russia. Putin's been in power for over 20 plus years, overtaking and invading a democracy. Ukraine is a democracy, corrupt democracy, yet a democracy.
Right.
They voted the last two presidential elections for their president to try to join NATO, try to join the European Union. They don't want anything to do with Russia. The people overwhelmingly, I think in the last election, Zelensky got over 70% of the vote. His platform was, we want to join the European Union. This is what got Putin all up in arms. Putin went on Russian television and waxed for 1 hour about about all of the historical connections between Russia and Ukraine, and then also waxed about all of the offenses that the United States has done against Russia over the last 100 years since World War II, especially since the fall of the Berlin Wall. Many of these were just historical inaccuracies. He is justifying invading Ukraine by saying that the Ukrainian government is full of Nazis who are committing genocide against the Russian population in Ukraine. None of that is true. In fact, the president of Russia, Zelensky, is Jewish. Ukraine, excuse me, the president of Ukraine is Jewish. It probably, unless something crazy happens, Russia's going to overtake Ukraine within a few days.
Wow.
A week, 10 days. I assume that they're going to do one of two things. Either they're going to be an occupying force, and if they're going to be an occupying force, the old saying goes, you broke it, you own it. And they broke a country, they're going to have to own this country. And if history is a guide to anything, occupying forces never do well.
Right.
Okay, there's always resistance, there's always underground, they never do well. More likely, my guess is, and I have no idea, more likely my guess is that they will install a puppet government, a government that is subservient to Vladimir Putin. They will say this is now the new government of the Ukraine. They will go to try to arrest or kill all of any leader within Ukraine, existing
Sheesh.
leader within Ukraine, or so that there is no organized resistance to this new government. I assume that most of the leaders are trying to leave or will shortly leave. There's about over 100,000 cars on the road right now. Huge traffic jams going west from Kiev to Lvov to the border. Kiev is in northern Ukraine. Lvov is about 40 miles from the Polish-Slovakian border. Once you get to Poland, Slovakia, Romania, that's all borders the Ukraine. Those are all NATO countries. The United States has sworn to protect every NATO country. So that is the demarcation line. If Russia goes beyond Ukraine to any of those countries, Romania, Slovakia, Poland, they're all on the front lines now. President Biden came on television today and he somewhat forcefully, I was a little disappointed, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I wish he would have been a little more forceful. I think the world needs a forceful president right now.
Right.
So he wasn't as forceful as I would have liked him to have been. But he did say that the United States will honor its commitments to protect every NATO country. My guess will be that, as crazy as Putin is, he's not going to want to get into a fight with NATO, a military fight with NATO. But don't be fooled when people say, especially in the United States or in Western Europe, why do we need to protect Ukraine? And the answer is, one, we have a moral obligation as a democracy to protect democracies around the world. Number two, this is not a war between Russia and Ukraine. This is a war between Russia and the United States of America. In his speeches, Vladimir Putin has been saying that the United States has installed this puppet government to try to overtake Russia eventually, which is none of the truth.
Right.
What it is Ukraine. The Ukrainian people have decided that they want to be more attached to the West than Russia, because the West offers them a better life than being attached to Russia. Because what does Russia offer? Russia's one big gas station.
Yeah.
All they do is pump gas, literally out of the ground. They don't make anything else. They don't make telephones. They don't make cars. What do they make? They make gas out of the ground. So they don't want to be associated with somebody country that just pumps gas out of the ground. They want to be associated with countries, the West, Western Europe, United States. They want to be associated with countries that make things and do things and increase the economic output of their citizens, generally, on a general basis. It's very sad right now. There's I don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people have left. I've actually even spoken to friends who are on the road trying to get out of Ukraine right now. There's a lot of traffic jams, backed up. Roads are backed up. On all the highways, people are literally at a standstill, but they hear bombs going off. They hear guns going off.
Scary as heck.
Which must be very scary, because you just had to pack what you can get in your car and go. And then, but you don't see what's going on. You don't know where these bombs are coming from, or
where they're going.
And you don't know what's going to happen when you get to the border.
Yeah.
Is Poland going to let you in? Is Romania going to let you in? Is Slovakia going to let you in? Or are we going to have a situation where there's armed guards keeping Ukrainians in a war zone, not allowing them to cross the border, and starting a humanitarian crisis? Keeping people in a war zone and not allowing them to cross. I don't know what's going to happen. This is all brand new.
Yeah. I read a lot about it as well, because, a lot of the different media outlets, especially catered to, hip hop or entertainment, a lot of the comments were like, well, why are we stepping in? This has nothing to do with us. And like you said, it has a lot to do with us. And when I was reading back, I learned more about the history and how we were talking about before the show started, during Clinton administration, when they made a deal with Ukraine and they said, like, if you get rid of your nuclear weapons, then we'll always have your back, when something like this happens.
Well,
And
that's what happened. What happened is at the fall of the Soviet Union, there were nuclear weapons in Ukraine. And it was a free-for-all. If people remember back in 93, 94, it was a free-for-all. And nobody knew where these nuclear weapons would end up. Maybe in a bad person's, maybe in a bad person's hands, maybe in a terrorist's hands. So Bill Clinton at the time negotiated with the Ukraine and said, if you give up your nuclear weapons and allow and ship them back to Russia, and at the time, the Russian President Boris Yeltsin was working with the United States. Russia was turning to a democratic country and said, we will take back the nuclear weapons and store them and make sure they're safe. And Ukraine signed an agreement with both Russia and the United States that if they gave up their nuclear weapons and gave them back to Russia, that the United States would protect Ukraine, and Russia promised never to invade.
so that's my thing.
So
they're breaking
contracts, like in life, are to be broken.
what?
Yes, contract. It's just a contract, and we break it now. And but what it really teaches the world, if I'm a leader of a country that has nuclear weapons, if I'm North Korea,
Yeah.
if I'm Iran, Pakistan, I would never give up my nuclear weapons.
Right.
So because having a nuclear weapon protects you
Yeah.
from invasion, and giving them up leaves you vulnerable.
Which we're
Which
witnessing right
is
now.
what we're witnessing right now.
Oh man.
To make matters worse, Russian forces have seized control of the Chernobyl power plant. That is if you remember, that is the site of the biggest nuclear disaster ever.
Yeah.
Spokeswoman for the state agency of Ukraine on the exclusion zone management. There's a ring around Chernobyl of certain miles of land. I don't know how big the ring is, where it's a no-go. You can't go there.
Still
because of the nuclear radioactivity.
Wow.
Russia has seized all of that no-go land. It's the exclusion zone. Yevgenia Kuznetsova said, when I came to the office today in the morning, it turned out that the nuclear power plant management had left. They all ran. So there was no one to give instructions or to defend. Biden is giving sanctions against Russia. He didn't go all out on sanctions. Europe didn't go out all on sanctions either. He put sanctions on banks, on oligarchs. But you know who he didn't put sanctions on? Putin. Putin's got hundreds of millions of dollars all over the world. How come they didn't do that?
So I know he was saying that all Russian assets in America were to be frozen. So when he said that didn't count Putin as well as an individual?
Apparently not. He is blocking banks. He is blocking certain oligarchs, but he didn't block Putin from making financial transactions, which is very odd. Do you think
that's a way of kind of not saying hey,
I don't know the answer. I don't know enough.
Kind of be cool.
If I was the president, I would have been tougher. I think appeasement and trying to negotiate with this man is never going to happen. I'm a big proponent of history repeating itself. I believe that history always repeats itself, and people are who they are. So Putin has shown who he is.
Right.
He doesn't care to negotiate.
Yeah.
He says one thing and does something else, and he has a vision, and his vision is that when the Soviet Union broke up, it was the worst day in Russian history. And his vision is that Russia is a great power. And a great power should be controlling many, not only their country, but controlling everybody around them.
Right.
And what he is trying to do right now is build back the Soviet Union. Put puppet governments in that are beholden to Russia. And he's starting with the Ukraine. Problem is that the United States, for Putin at least, the United States has allowed many of the old Soviet countries, Slovakia, Romania, Poland, the Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, to join NATO. So if Putin wants those countries to have puppet governments, there's going to be a war with the United States. Putin says that Ukraine's a puppet government of the US, which it isn't. But that's, Putin has a vision of bringing back Russia as a great power. And in this age, in the year 2022, for people to say you're a great power because you can invade a smaller country and take it over because that's what you feel like doing, that's not a great power.
Right.
A great power is somebody who makes something. You compete economically. All right? You make a better phone. You make a better car. You make a better app. A better Facebook. A better Google. You compete. You become our competitor economically. That's how you become a superpower. Not from invading a smaller country.
Right.
And I think what's going to happen, I don't know for sure. I hope it's not World War III.
Hope not either.
All right. But I think what's going to happen is Putin is really fighting the United States. This is what people don't understand. And if you say, allow Putin to take Ukraine, that's appeasement. You allow him to do something that you know is not right. Yeah, go do it. We don't care. You appease him. You know who also got appeasement? Adolf Hitler. In 1938. Yeah, go take Austria. It's okay. Go take Poland. It's fine. United States stayed out of it.
Right.
United States stayed out of World War II. Hitler took Poland. They didn't get involved. United States, they started bombing UK. They didn't get involved. It's got worse and worse and worse. So when you try to appease and make deals with somebody like this, it doesn't work that way because they're never gonna abide by anything
Right.
you agreed to. So I think Biden's got to get tougher.
Yeah, because right now I feel like he's got like a toe in and then he takes it out. He's just kind of like
I think Europe's got to get
testing.
tougher. They got to take Russia out of the financial system. You know, you ever wire money to a European bank, it has to go through a SWIFT code. Take them out of the SWIFT code. Put sanctions on Putin.
So you think other countries are going to come together and start?
I hope. I hope. But in other words, anybody who says let them do what they want, it has nothing to do with us, that's appeasement. And appeasement, you end up in a worse position in the future because people say, I can do that, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, and then all of a sudden it's a snowball rolling down the hill you can't control anymore.
Right.
You got to stop it right at the beginning, especially when an authoritarian government, a dictatorship, invades a democratically elected government in a country that did nothing to them.
Absolutely nothing.
Other than had the unfortunate geography of being their
next
neighbor.
to, yeah. Man.
And by the way, I was talking about this with Jilly. She's, we're having the conversation. At what point do we as Americans and people around the world start taking money out of banks and leaving cash in their mattresses? Not because we think there's going to be a nuclear war, but I will tell you that Russia, the way this World War III is going to play out, in my opinion, is that instead of fighting each other with bullets, it's going to be cyber fighting. computer hacking,
Right.
you know, closing down banks, screwing up people's accounts,
Jeez.
all sorts of very bad, nefarious computer hacking, cyber warfare type of thing.
Right.
That's where the war is going to go. Now, will it ultimately escalate to bullets between the U.S. and Russia? I don't know. But that's the next stage in the war after Russia takes over Ukraine, which is only a matter of weeks.
Right.
And then what about these poor hundreds of thousands of people on the border? Poland, Romania, Slovakia, willing to let them in? Or are they going to let them be in the killing fields in Ukraine? Meanwhile, stocks tumbled worldwide today after Russia's attack. On Wall Street, the S&P fell 1.1%. The German stock market fell 4%. Oil has jumped over $100 per barrel. Why? Because the world is going to stop buying oil from Russia, or will shortly be doing that. Russia is the number 2 producer of oil. They're just one big gas station. Wholesale prices are shot up. So there's going to be pain on the U.S. economy.
Right.
I'd rather take the pain now than the pain later. But people are so short-sighted. They don't want to pay more at the pump, and they don't want to get involved.
Right.
But too bad, you're already involved, whether you like it or not. Because Russia's not fighting Ukraine, they're fighting the United States, they're fighting the entire Western world. And in coronavirus news, Yo-Yo. In coronavirus news, the CDC is expected to make an announcement as early as tomorrow about new metrics that are going to guide COVID restrictions. I had a meme I put up on my Instagram, and then everybody made me put it down. I got like 4 messages from people said, "Brad, take that down. You're going to jinx us." It said, good news, the CDC had us now finally made guidance for us to remove our masks from our face just for us to witness World War III.
Oh. Sheesh.
And everybody got so mad at me for that.
Really?
Yeah, I got a lot of flack on that one. So I took it down.
Well, it wasn't a fan favorite.
It was not a fan favorite, but I took it down. But it's quite frankly, we just go from one,
We're not even done with it.
Not even a week.
We're still not done with it,
Not
honestly.
even a week. We said, oh, mask mandates are going. Well, maybe we'll get back. Not even a week, and we got this.
Man.
And there's a new variant coming out. It's called the BA2.
Oh, gosh.
And it's apparently capable of causing serious illness and is able to spread faster than Omicron.
What?
It's 30% more contagious than Omicron. It's been detected in 74 countries, 47 states. So if you believe the research coming out from many scientists, we're going to have another variant, coming up on our population very soon.
Right.
Unless you believe that we've reached herd immunity and we will be protected between people who have gotten the prior variants as well as the people who have been vaccinated. We will see. We will see. We had some wacky news, but I have to be honest with you, Yo-Yo.
Not feeling too wacky.
I'm not feeling wacky today.
I think it's understandable.
Yeah, it's one of those days where you're like, in 2022, how could this possibly be happening? Where a country just decides we want to be an imperialist country. This is not 200 years ago or 500
and that's
years
what
ago.
it seems like. It's like, this is stuff that I learned in my history books.
The world order for 80 years. And by the way, you know when he did it? Right when the United Nations was debating whether Russia the sanctions or some statement against Russia They're having a debate about Russia and Ukraine in the United Nations, and Russia says, screw you, United Nations. The world has to get together. The world can't buy anything from Russia. Can't do business with Russia. Has to sanction everybody in Russia. And by the way, I've spoken to people in Russia. The poor people in Russia, they don't want this either.
Well, usually, like we said before, it's not usually the people that
in Russia don't want this.
Right, the people in Ukraine definitely don't want it.
It's just it's old man Putin.
That's all it is.
It's old man Putin who's
deep.
trying.
That's just one person.
One person. But Adolf Hitler was just one person too.
Yeah, and you see what he did and what.
And then everybody else said we were just following directions. There was a protest today in Moscow, which we're showing right now. And Russian government said if you don't disperse from your protest, you will all be arrested.
You're going to do that to your own people.
Yes. So they started arresting the protesters.
Wow.
Now, Russian television is not showing Russian aggression.
Of course.
So now that doesn't mean you can't in Russia see Western news, but you got to really look for it.
Yeah.
So, but Russian general television is showing that Russia's going in as a peace force, peacekeepers.
Well, at least it's good to know that the citizens of Russia
they don't
want it either. It kind of reminds me of us in immigration during the Trump era, where we would have so many protests saying, "Look, we love you guys. We're not these evil people that you see from the leaders." So. All we can do is pray at this point, man. I don't know what.
Yeah, well, a lot's going to happen till we get back on the air next week.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll be talking about it more. But right now, let's get to some TikTok time. I don't know. By the way, what does the squad think of all this?
Very sad.
Yeah.
I was reading. Demba Sal was like, why destroying a whole country with some political matters?
There's no Demba Sal. It's not a political matter. It's Vladimir Putin has this imagination of putting back together the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And one thing I'll say about Joe Biden, he had a very good line. Who in God's earth said that Vladimir Putin's allowed to go invade a democracy who did absolutely nothing to you?
Right.
Did absolutely nothing to you. They didn't threaten you. They didn't have unfair economic...
At all.
Nothing.
Like, they were chilling. Yannick Forsyth saying, Brad, I feel down as well about this whole Russia invasion mess also. Tears drop out of my eyes when I really reflected on the whole mess. So this is affecting a lot of people. It's affecting us all. And, the squad is showing that. Olufemi said, oh man, Putin and 1,000 very wealthy enablers and Trump Republicans. I wonder what Trump feels about all this. Has he said anything? Because he talks about everything else.
Trump said if he was president, this wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Because Putin respected his power. I don't know. I think if and people have told me that today. By the way,
well,
I've been told. I've been told that by multiple people that the reason why Putin didn't do this while Trump was president
because they're
was
cool.
Because they respected each other,
yeah.
and they thought that Putin thought Trump would be crazy enough to do something to Putin. I don't know about that. I think. My personal opinion on it is Trump would have allowed Putin to take all of Eastern Europe.
Right.
Trump didn't even want the United States to be part of NATO.
Right.
And quite frankly, what Putin wanted was for NATO to break up so that he can take all of Eastern Europe back as part of the Soviet Union. But that backfired Putin because I have never seen NATO, at least in this point, more united.
Right.
He's done the opposite of what he wanted.
Right.
But I don't know if, I mean, there's an argument to be made that Putin respected Trump, thought he was crazy, and didn't want to go up against him. And there's another argument to be made that Trump would have let Putin take all over Eastern Europe because Trump didn't want to be part of NATO anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Trump would have. I think Trump would have been like, "Hey, go ahead, do your thing," you know. And even if it was a respect thing and like they had a good relationship, like when you got an evil leader that has a good relationship with your leader, you're questioning like why do they have it? So like even I'm still not here for Trump. You know what I mean?
Nobody says that. No, I'm not saying I'm here for Trump.
Right.
I'm just telling you where you don't know what Trump would have done. He's so irrational.
And he's irrational. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know.
I
think he would have just like stayed back and was like, you know, go ahead, do your thing.
But I'm happy, you know, and maybe Trump would have been tougher on Putin. I'm still happier that Biden's president because at least he's rational.
Right.
We have a rational person. I wish Biden.
I would have been scared if Trump was president.
I would have been more scared for a nuclear war if Trump was president.
Yes.
But or I would have been scared that Trump's going to allow Putin to just take over all of Europe.
Yeah.
I wish Biden was tougher.
That's it. Yeah.
Biden's got to get tougher. All right, let's get to TikTok time.
All right.
Well, it seems to me you have two choices on how to proceed. You can file a new VAWA application. You can do that within 2 years of a divorce. Obviously, you need to wait on the decision. If you don't get it, you can request a duplicate be mailed to you, or you can request a Freedom of Information Act request to get a copy of all of your records. You can see what the problem was in the decision and see if you can overcome those problems by filing a new VAWA within 2 years of a divorce. Or if you're getting divorced and you're dating somebody else, and you feel you could fall in love again, that would be another option. But those seem to be your two basic options on how to proceed. Good luck. Whoa, wait. If you've been here since you were 4 years old and you're now 31, why did you never apply for DACA? And if you didn't, you should do it right now. Even if they're not approving cases, just file it anyway. It's better than doing nothing. And by the way, there's differing opinions by the squad. Some of the squad saying Putin wouldn't have done it if Trump was president still. And others are saying Putin would have been chilling in Mar-a-Lago with Trump. And Trump would have let him take over everything.
Yeah.
You don't know. I mean,
we don't know.
It's completely, who the heck knows?
Yeah. Putin knows.
Right. I'm just happy that Biden's president because at least there's a rational person.
Yes.
I want this rational person to be tougher, but at least there's a rational person.
I agree.
All right, let's get into some meat and potatoes. Let's answer some immigration questions. All right, PJ in St. Louis.
Hello.
Hi, PJ.
Hi. So I have a question. So I have OPT status currently, right? My I-140 was approved, and I am currently in the process of filing, the I-1. Right. However, my lawyer told me today that it appears that I was working illegally because I have two jobs on my OPT. My full-time job is on my latest I-20, but I got a part-time job and did not update my school. Hey, I'm working this job, put it on my I-20. Even though when I applied for the job, I showed him my EAD card and for all of that. So he's saying that it appears that I was working illegally because I don't have authorization on my I-20 for that part-time job. Is there anything I can do? Because he's saying he can't go forward with the adjustment.
Well, I don't think you worked illegally because you had a work permit. You may have violated your student status. I don't know that that's necessarily the case, and I would suggest you get a second or third opinion. I may give you a different opinion. I would need to look at everything.
Okay.
All right. Hold on one second. I think you need a second opinion. And quite frankly, you didn't work illegally because you had a work permit. It's the violation of the student visa status, and that's a gray area. That's a gray area. So there's arguments to be made both ways. So I would get a second opinion on that. My opinion would be I would file the adjustment and argue it out because there is a gray area there. Hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
Let's go to Dave in Columbus. Dave.
Hey, I got BIA denial of my I-130 from my second marriage, and they are telling me that I did fraud on my first marriage because that was a short-term marriage. So now what I can do?
All right. So you filed. You got married a first time. They charged you with fraud on this marriage for whatever reason. You got divorced. You married a second time. You tried to get your green card, and they said you can't get a green card ever again because of the fraud on the first marriage.
Yes.
So there's only one thing you can do, which is refile again. And if there was no fraud on the first marriage, you prove them wrong. You come in with evidence to say it was real. And we talked about, shock and awe. You got to shock and awe them with evidence.
Yeah, I did that to UIC.
You didn't do it because they didn't buy it. You need to do it better. If it was a real marriage, you should be able to do it. You get affidavits from 20 people all saying it was real. From 30 people. 50 people say, all 50 people are lying immigration? Are you kidding me?
Hello, listen.
Hold on. That's what you need to do. I'm telling you what you need to do. Not hold on.
I already submitted the papers.
Then why are you calling me if you already did it? You're giving up.
So, getting your advice,
I
if you have
just finished telling
something.
you what to do. You have one choice and one choice only. If it was a real marriage, you fight them and say it was real. Here's the evidence. And if you keep saying, well, I did it already. I already did it already. Well, then what do you want me to tell you? Then good luck. Leave the country. Or fight.
So
I'm tired of people who don't like to fight. I wish Biden was as angry as me today.
Hello,
Right.
listen. Hello.
You fight them. You say, here's 50 people who signed affidavits saying it's real.
Hello,
Stop saying
listen.
hello. I just told you what to do. Let's go to Ruhal. Ruhal, how are you? This is how I am today.
Yes.
Ruhal, how are you? Jersey City.
Hey, Brad, how are you?
Good, how are you?
So I'm Rahul from New Jersey. I have a question actually. I'm already on asylum, and 3 months back I applied for VAWA because of domestic violence.
Uh-huh.
So my question is, if I'm because my VAWA is running and I'm already on asylum, if I'm getting married to my girlfriend, she's citizen, should I go with marriage green card or should I wait for the domestic
asylum,
violence?
you got VAWA, and you want to get married.
Yeah.
If you get married while your VAWA is pending, that's the end of VAWA.
Yeah.
You still have to withdraw your asylum to file your adjustment. So you go, from a lawyer's perspective, you go with the strongest case. What's your strongest case? Is it the asylum? Is it the VAWA? Do you have an amazing relationship with this woman that she's going to stick with you through thick or thin? Or is this a relationship where you fight 1 week and you're together another week and you don't know what's going to happen in the year?
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, so for my girlfriend, it's fine. We are in a good relationship. So that's what I'm thinking, to go and marry to her.
So but you're giving up on your VAWA and you're giving up on your asylum.
Yep.
So you're relying on her. That's all.
So there is no issue in applying for the green card on marriage?
How'd you come to the U.S.?
I came legally, B1, B2 visa.
So what you will do is you will withdraw your VAWA, you will withdraw your asylum, and you will file an adjustment.
Okay.
Make sure your girlfriend and future wife does the right thing.
Okay, so first I have to withdraw both the cases, then get married?
No,
or
get married,
get
married, file your adjustment, and withdraw the two together simultaneously.
Okay, thank you so much, Brad, for your help.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Samina in Clarksburg, Maryland. Samina.
Hello. Yes, I'm good. How are you? So my question is, my mom, she has green card and she applied for her adopted child. But we got the certification after his 16th birthday due to the COVID because the courts, everything was closed. So we want to file the petition. So I want to know that, can we do that?
Your mother is filing for an adopted child, you said?
Yes. Want to file.
Where did this adoption happen?
Adoption happened, but we got the final decision after 16th birthday, but we filed the case before 16th birthday
Then
because
there's
the
nothing you can
decision.
do about that. So if the adoption happened after the 16th birthday, the child is not a legally adopted child for immigration purposes.
But this is due to the COVID.
It doesn't
They give
matter
us
if it was
no-
due to World War IV,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately. So,
Okay.
so you guys sat on your rights. And what you should have been doing is contacting a lawyer before the child turned 16, not after. Where is this child now?
That is in India.
In India.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. We got to figure out another way to get this child here, but it's not going to be through your adoption of this child.
Okay. And my second question is, my mom, she also applied for over 21 brother in 2016. So there is how much waiting time? Like he has to wait. How long he has to wait more?
You have to go to the visa bulletin. And
It's,
for India, they're up to December 1st, 2014. Your mom filed in 2016, so at least 2 more years.
2 more years,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
COVID's not an excuse. Joy in Rochester.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
I watch you every day.
Thank you.
My question is, I got married. I have my 10-year, but my husband, he keep on messing up my credit. He put a bounce check in my account. No, they hold on to my account. I can't get access to my money. He keep on running up my
All right,
credit.
so then
my credit.
don't just separate your finances, and you can either remain married to him, or wait and or stay married to him and do your citizenship after 5 years of having a green card.
Yeah, but the thing I'm worrying about what he's going to do next because he keep on doing stuff over and over, like with my credit.
So your choice is this: you can divorce him, or you can separate your finances from him. You already have your 10-year green card.
No, he's telling me I'm not supposed to file jointly with tax, and because he having Section 8, he's going to get Section 8.
So now my
worried.
answer to you is the same. You can separate your finances from him and do everything separate so he doesn't cause you a problem and remain married to him, or get a divorce from him and move on. It's up to you.
Okay. I'm supposed to set up a meeting for you for Monday, so for Tuesday, so we can talk more because I have a lot more to say.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
Monday,
And then
Tuesday, when we talk, we can.
We'll talk confidentially. You can tell me everything, and it won't be as rushed as this.
Oh, it's my pleasure talking to you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Joy. Let's go to Mike in the Bronx.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Brad Squad. How you doing? All right, I got 3 quick questions here regarding to filing a N400. So I already filed. I filed on my own, and I got an interview in a couple of days. But the first question is 2014. I got a solicitation of prostitute charge.
Mm-hmm.
It was a what do you call that? Yeah, it wasn't. They dropped it until lesser charge and a misdemeanor. I forgot the name of it. Yes, disorderly conduct.
All right.
Can that prevent me from getting
It
my
depends what
citizenship?
your other offenses are. Do you have other offenses?
No.
No, that should be fine. Next question.
Okay. The next question is on the application. It asks me, have you ever been proceeded of anyone of prosecution? And I put yes.
Who have you persecuted?
When I read up on it after I submitted it, I realized that.
All right. So when you
I
go
should
on
have
your
put no.
interview, you can tell the immigration officer you realized after you checked off the wrong box. You have never persecuted anybody.
Okay, next question. Last one, I should say. So I started my business last year, and I've been through different contractors. I haven't got all the paperwork from them as yet. I know the closing date will be April the 15th. Could they use that against me since I didn't file my last year tax?
Well, as long as you file your taxes by April 15th, you're fine. Or you can put your taxes on extension and filing it in October.
And they won't use it against me, right?
As long as it's on extension, it's okay.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Let's go to Ann in Brooklyn. Ann.
Yes, Brad. Good
Hi,
evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. It was me who called you yesterday about the Medicaid.
What are we talking about in Medicaid?
I have a pending I-130 for my two sons.
Right. But Medicaid now, because Biden's changing the immigration laws, in 60 days, Medicaid will not come into effect. And by the time you have to do your affidavit support, they go for the interview, this law will be in place, so you'll be fine with Medicaid.
Yes, and I was asking you, if I apply for food stamp, would it affect them either? Affect the I-130?
Food stamps?
Yes.
No, it does not anymore.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brad. Yes.
Let's go to Addie in Indianapolis.
Hello.
Hi,
yeah.
Addie.
I have two questions.
Sure.
I am married almost 5 years now. I say like a 4-year plus. And we already have 10 years, and we are waiting on the green card in the mail, but we haven't gotten it yet. So I don't know if I should go ahead and do the citizenship application.
If you've been a resident for how long now?
I've been a resident for 5 years this February.
So then file your citizenship. Don't worry about the replacement of the green card.
Okay, second question. My mom got married, and they have difficulty with her marriage in Nigeria, the divorce she had in Nigeria.
A divorce in Nigeria is always tricky because it seems like it's always not real. Immigration says
they said it's not real.
Right.
So now they said she should file an appeal. She filed an appeal. They still don't believe it.
So she got married to somebody else?
Yeah, she got married to the citizen, and they had like 4 years of marriage now.
Where is she now?
She's here in Indianapolis.
All right. So what I would suggest is go hard. This is my opinion. You can fight them on the Nigerian divorce for the rest of eternity, or go get a divorce in Indianapolis against the husband in Nigeria. Takes a few months. Tell the current husband, I'm sorry, baby. I got to remarry you again. It's just a piece of paper. We're married for 4 years. We're in love. Don't worry. And then refile again based on a divorce in Indianapolis and marriage to the husband.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Great show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go to Ben in Philadelphia.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, Ben.
I have a question regarding N400.
Yep.
So I had like a single trip, but in one trip I visited multiple countries.
Okay.
So should I list every country I have been to, even if there is no record on that?
Yes.
Passport or like there is no
If
passport.
that's the question
stamp?
on the form, yes.
Okay, I have to list all the countries,
Yes.
right?
Why not? What do you care? Tell the truth. It doesn't hurt.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Sam in Sacramento.
Hi, Mr. Brad.
Hi,
Good
how are
afternoon.
you?
How are you doing today?
Good. What's
Yeah, I'm
going
good. Yeah. A quick one. I just want to ask. I'm a little bit confused. I filed in my removal of condition on my green card somewhere September last year, 2019.
Right.
And I got an extension for 18 months, 2019. So, and I've been waiting for the past close to 2 years now. I got another extension for another 2 years. So I don't know why I've been having an extension.
You and your wife are together?
No, we're not together anymore. We're divorced.
Okay, so you've been pending now, what, 4 years, you said?
No. I filed a removal of. I came into America 2018.
You filed to remove in 2020.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shit. 2020. I'm sorry.
What month?
2020.
What month?
Yeah. I filed a removal in 2020.
What
and
month?
This is September.
All right. So it hasn't even been
like
2
3
years
months.
yet. It's taking over 2 years to do these cases, and you're not even at the 2 year mark. So just wait it out.
Okay.
All right, but by the end of 2022, you'll have an interview.
Okay, what if things get extended, like if I want to file for like a citizenship, can I go ahead even if I have the extension?
If you get the extension, you got your green card in 2018. So if you get your extension through September 2023, that would be 5 years since you got your green card and still no decision, then yes, file your citizenship.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, good luck. And by the way, if you didn't get your immigration questions asked and answered, you could always follow me on Instagram at @RealBradBernstein. Just drop me a DM. I'll be happy to answer your questions as best as I can. You can also follow us at Bradshaw Live. You don't like 2 hours of Brad. Maybe you don't like Brad today. Not too many people like me today. I'm cranky.
I think they still like you, though, Brad.
I'm cranky today.
You're still giving free advice.
It's cranky, Uncle Brad. But nevertheless, free advice, right?
Yeah, that's free advice.
All right, but if you like happy Brad, follow me at Bradshaw Live, and you'll be surprised. I'm a happy guy too.
Yeah.
And
you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And by the way, you could also follow us on TikTok. I forgot about that.
You could do that too.
Our fastest growing social media platform. Drop me a question, and I'll try to answer it with a video back to you. And, of course, later in the show, squad member Marj Higs, a.k.a. Glamma, and crew member Jennifer Coley will compete in a game of Where Are They From Immigrant or American Born? Black History Month edition. Right now, the score is Squad 8, Crew 7. Squad's been ahead for a while.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in this round. See if Jennifer... Jay Rhymes lost a whole bunch in a row, I think. I'm not calling Jay Rhymes out, but I think he has a whole bunch of losses, doesn't he?
Yeah, it kind of does.
All right, well, hopefully Jennifer can win one back for the crew and tie it up. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And, guys, we always talk about how on this show you get Brad's extensive immigration legal knowledge, a breakdown of current events, fun, inspiring, and interesting guests. And on top of all of that, you get the squad too. So today we're going to present you with a short video that highlights some of our favorite infotainment Bradshaw Live moments.
Welcome everybody. My name is Brad Bernstein. This is Bradshaw Live. Princess Tenko saying, "Hey squad, it's apple pie. What's cooking?" Let's start schmoozing. Okay, the 5 ways to get a green card in the United States are family, employment, investment, asylum, refugee, and visa lottery. If it's 700,000 immigrants got TPS, 636,000 immigrants got DACA, there's got to be more than 10 million undocumented people in the United States. Take a guess how many cases are in the immigration courts right now. 6 million people backlogged in the immigration courts.
A lot.
Those who are already here from Venezuela have temporary protected status. So you can't send people back to Venezuela. If you have an employer, you have a degree from the United States of America as a nurse, and they want to sponsor you as a nurse, it's a Schedule A. You file an I-140 visa petition and adjustment concurrently. You'll get your work permit in about 4 months, and you get a green card in a year.
Gotcha. Okay.
How can an undocumented person get a tax ID?
File a 1040 return, attach a W-7.
Do you actually get a receipt notice when you send in the RFE?
No.
Can I travel on my paper that they gave me for removal of conditional card?
Yes, with an expired green card.
Woo! And we are back in another game of Squaddy versus Crew. It's Brazil! Yes!
Where is Bad Bunny originally from? Jeremy gets this one.
When we spoke in 2018, you told me how helpless you felt after you'd been deported. What kept you going for these 3 years?
My kids and the fact that I felt like my husband deserved better. I mean, I know what I did was wrong, but it just wasn't fair.
Your spouse, who, by the way, toured Iraq and defended the United States of America and the interests of the United States of America, put his life on the line for our country.
DACA came in 2012. Where were you in your career?
So once I got it is when I actually got the opportunity to go to LA.
You eventually connected with Beyonce.
You made 2 songs on the project, Don't Jealous and Water.
In the US, we have 1.9 million firms who are owned by Hispanic women.
And do you know how much they generate in revenue?
How much?
$97 billion.
Since premiering October 2017, Bradshaw Live has entrenched itself as an inclusive must-watch for immigrants and American-born citizens alike. So tune in weekdays, Monday through Friday, live on Facebook and YouTube. Immerse yourself in the sensational stories, beautiful cultures, and celebration of individual achievements as we all collectively pursue our American dream. That was a good memory lane, right?
Yeah.
All right, that made me happy.
Good.
A little happier now.
Oh, look at Brad smiling.
Yeah. Why should I let that Putin bring me down, right?
I know.
All right, let's check out social media check-in,
Let's do
everybody's
it.
issues, problems, and questions.
All right, Joe Danfu on YouTube. My vowel was denied. I refiled and I got my prima facie. Since June, they have had my biometric. How long does it take to get my EAD card?
Probably about 6 to 9 months from the time you filed your vowel.
Dave on YouTube. My I-130 denied by BIA, B-I-A?
Board of Immigration Appeals.
Based on first marriage. What can I do now?
We spoke to him. I yelled at him.
Oh, that's the one that you yelled at. Oh,
yes.
he was, yes, okay. Navdeep on YouTube. What kind of questions judge asked for I-485 in court? I have a vowel approved.
Fraud questions to make sure you qualified and not inadmissible.
Dolibe on YouTube. How long does it take a green card holder to petition a minor daughter?
About 2 years, 2.5 years if they're in the U.S. and eligible to adjust, maybe less.
Daryl Winnabar on YouTube. How long will it take to change status from B2 to F1 if the case is at a Potomac Service Center? Biometrics was last October.
They're taking anywhere from 4 to 6 months.
Okay, Anu Chandra on YouTube. Any updates on W visa, entrepreneur visa, and not the expensive investor visa thing from India? Is it just the plan or is it in effect already?
There's no new visas. There's E's, L's, and of course the $1 million visa.
Okay, Rex Osei on YouTube. Can one claim immigration bond breached many years ago when one becomes a citizen later?
Say it again?
Can one claim immigration bond breached many years ago?
No. You breach, you breach.
Okay. Sherry Baby on YouTube. Is there any way to have a green card interview for minors of U.S. citizens sped up at the Jamaican embassy? It's almost been a year, no interview date.
If they don't have any guardians or parents or anybody to watch them, perhaps.
Mela Tikosaya on YouTube. Can we still file the DS-260 form if we overlook the email 7 years later and still have the case number?
Maybe. You got to get your case reinstated again.
Ali H on YouTube. Me and my friend applied at the same time, same state, and same zip code for citizenship. He got his interview after 3 months of biometrics, but mine's still pending. Why?
Welcome to America.
And last one. JLV Dwayne Albright on Facebook asking for a friend. She has an EAD AP and filed AOS married to a U.S. citizen, but she was once denied due to sponsor withdrawal and received those letters to leave the USA. Anyway, she refiled and all is well. She is waiting for a green card interview. Can she travel overseas for a funeral emergency?
Yes, because she has the advance parole.
Awesome.
I heard that as part of one of your acronyms.
Oh, okay. Did you?
There's a lot of acronyms in that.
Yes.
But I heard it. So, yes, she has advanced parole. She can go.
All right.
All right. Today we have a new squad versus crew match between squad member Marj Higs, a.k.a. Glamma, and crew member Jennifer Coley. They will go head-to-head in a game of Where Are They From Immigrant or American-Born Black History Month edition. Woo-hoo. Right now the score is Squad 8, Crew 7. Let's see how Glamma and Jennifer C. do as they match wits. The pressure is on. Let's play along in the comments.
Hey Brad Squad, it's Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias here, and we're back for a Black History Month edition of Squad versus Crew. Now this time we have Bradshaw Live top fan, Marj Higs, aka Glamma, also known as My Glamma. This is My Glamma right here. And she's gonna be facing off against team member Jennifer Coley. So how y'all feeling good?
Oh yes, I'm
feeling
fine.
Great.
Nice.
Came out here styling. Look, came slaying though. Look at this. The drip
Glamma's
is crazy.
coming in real. Look
Look at
Glamma's
this.
coming in. I love it. I love it.
Versus
So now everybody, here's how it's gonna work. I'm going to name famous Black Americans who have enriched our history and culture. Now, you're gonna have to tell me, are they American born or are they an immigrant? Now, I want everybody to make sure you guys play in the comments as we bring you a game of American born or immigrant Black History Month edition. You have your eraser boards and pens, correct? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So now after I read the question, I want you both to write down your answer, and then I'm going to count to 3. Okay, and when I count to 3, you hold up your papers and show us, okay?
All right.
Awesome. All right, good luck, y'all. All right, first person, author and poet, Maya Angelou. Now, is she A, American born, or B, an immigrant? All right, get your answers ready. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. All right. Jennifer, you got it. She is American born. Oh. So Margaret Ann Johnson, better known as Maya Angelou, was born in St. Louis, Missouri on April 4th, 1928. Angelou is best known for her 7 autobiographies, including I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings and The Heart of a Woman, as well as her critically acclaimed poetry such as Still I Rise and Phenomenal Woman. In 1972, she became the first African American to have a screenplay produced, and in 1993 became the first Black woman to speak at a presidential inauguration during Bill Clinton's inauguration. All right, now number 2, actress Lupita Nyong'o. Is she A, American born, or B, an immigrant? Lupita Nyong'o. Are we ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding! You guys got it both right. Congratulations. Yeah, okay. Lupita Amondi Nyong'o is the daughter of Kenyan parents, although she was actually born in Mexico City, Mexico. Now, Lupita's family left Kenya in 1980 due to political repression and unrest. But they returned a few years later, and she grew up with dual Kenyan and Mexican citizenship. Nyong'o later moved to New York to pursue a career in acting, but she struggled to establish herself in the States without permanent residency. She even stated the only way I could get a green card was by getting a permanent job or winning an international award. Nyong'o got her big break starring as Patsy in the Oscar-winning drama 12 Years a Slave, for which she received an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in 2014. Now later that same year, she received her green card. So good job, guys, you got it. Number 3, musician, Wyclef Jean. Is he A, American born, B, immigrant? I love the smiles. I love the little dance too. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. You guys got it correct. Good job, good job. Okay. Wyclef Jean was born in Croix de Bouquet, Haiti on October 17th, 1969. Now, as a child, Jean struggled to survive through Haiti's harsh conditions, and he stated in his memoir, Purpose, an immigration story, that there were times he would eat dirt off the floor just to feed himself. Now, when he was 9, he and his family immigrated to the U.S., settling in Brooklyn, New York. He later formed the hip-hop trio, Fugees, with Lauryn Hill and Pras. Now, Wyclef always kept his Haitian roots with him and even campaigned to run for Haitian president after the 2010 Haiti earthquake. While he didn't meet the residency requirement to run for office, Jean vowed to help continue to change Haiti, president or not, and he definitely did that. Number 4, politician, Ilhan Omar. Is she A, American born, or B, an immigrant? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, she is an immigrant. She's an immigrant. Oh, Ilhan Omar was actually born on October 4th, 1982 in Mogadishu, Somalia, the youngest of 7 siblings. When Omar was 8 years old, the Somali Civil War broke out, forcing Omar and her family to leave Somalia and be relocated to a refugee camp in Mombasa, Kenya. Now, after 4 years in the refugee camp, Omar and her family were sponsored to move to the United States, and at age 16, she obtained her U.S. citizenship. Now, Omar became the first Somali American lawmaker in the United States, first in the Minnesota House of Representatives in 2016, and later as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives in 2018. All right, number 5, jazz singer Etta James. Is she A, American born, or B, an immigrant? Ready to get your answers ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. You guys both got it right. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Etta James was born James Setta Hawkins on January 25th, 1938 in Los Angeles, California, to singer Dorothy Hawkins. At 5 years old, James joined the church choir. At age 12, formed a trio and was soon working with famous band leader Johnny Otis. In 1955, she released her first single, The Wallflower, Dance With Me, Henry, and then went on to create chart-topping songs, including Something's Got a Hold on Me, I'd Rather Go Blind, and At Last. Okay, now James has received 3 Grammys, 2 Grammy Hall of Fame awards, an induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So big ups to Etta James. Now, number 6, baseball player Sammy Sosa. Is he A, American born, or B, an immigrant? 1, 2, 3. Glamma got it. He is an immigrant. It is tied. Baseball player Sammy Sosa was born on November 12, 1968 in San Pedro de Macorís on the southeastern shore of the Dominican Republic. Growing up while struggling to make ends meet, Sosa played makeshift baseball games using a stick for a bat, a milk carton for a glove, and a rolled up sock for a ball. Now, Sosa's family moved to the U.S. so he could pursue a professional baseball career. At age 21, he joined the Texas Rangers. Now, he eventually obtained his U.S. citizenship and went on to play for the Chicago White Sox, Chicago Cubs, and Baltimore Orioles. All right, number 7, novelist Chinua Achebe. Is he American born or immigrant? A, American born, or B, immigrant? All right, 1, 2, 3.
I don't know if it's right.
Ding, ding, ding. You both got it right. Woo! Okay, okay. Good job, good job. Chinua Achebe was born in 1930 in the Igbo town of Ogidi, Nigeria. Now, Achebe is well known as the father of modern African literature. His first novel, Things Fall Apart, which touch upon the impact of colonialism in Africa, reshaped both African and world literature, selling 10 million copies worldwide. In 1972, he moved to America, where he worked as a professor of literature at several schools, including Bard College and Brown University. Now, Achebe received many honors throughout his lifetime, including an honorary fellowship of the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and 30 doctorates from universities in 6 countries, including the United States, Nigeria, England, and South Africa. Now, number 8, basketball player Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Is he A, American born, B, immigrant? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. You both got it right. Y'all not letting loose. Y'all not letting loose. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was born April 16th, 1947 in Harlem, New York. Abdul-Jabbar's grandparents were immigrants from Trinidad and Tobago, and he grew up surrounded by Caribbean food and music. As a teen, 7 foot 2 inches tall, Abdul-Jabbar played basketball for Power Memorial Academy, setting a New York City high school record for total points scored. In college, he was a 3-time MVP of the NCAA tournament. Abdul-Jabbar played in the NBA for the Milwaukee Bucks and Los Angeles Lakers for 20 seasons, winning 6 championships, and he is still the all-time leader in points scored and career wins. The last one! Oh my gosh, this is the last one, guys. You guys are tied up right now.
I'm still taking it. Doesn't matter.
This last one, regardless if it's worth 2 points or 100 points, it don't matter. Whoever gets this last one is the winner. If you both get it, you both get tied. If one of you guys get it, you are the winner, all right? Number 9, model, Iman. A, American born, or B, an immigrant. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, she is an immigrant. No. Iman Abdul Majid, who is known professionally as Iman, was born July 25th, 1955 in Mogadishu, Somalia. In 1973, while attending college in Nairobi, Iman was approached by fashion photographer Peter Beard, who offered to pay her full college tuition as payment for a photo shoot. With his help, Iman moved to the U.S. to start her modeling career. She was soon featured in Vogue and Harper's Bazaar, walked the Paris runway, and became a muse to prominent designers such as Gianni Versace, Calvin Klein, Donna Karan, and Yves Saint Laurent, who once described her as his dream woman. And she is a dream. Now, in 1992, Iman produced and starred in documentary Somalia Diary, which helped raise awareness of the devastation in her home country during the Somali Civil War. She was married to rock musician David Bowie from 1992 until his death in 2016. Oh, so the crew is up 1 up. All right.
Hey,
how do
good
you guys
break.
feel?
Good
How
game,
y'all
though.
feel?
Say I came to play, came to win. I told you I was going to take it. But your style is great, so it's okay. You got
I
it.
know.
Your style, you're
Glamma
playing
wins.
it, so it's good.
Glamma wins in the style for sure.
Dude, you got it. You got the style, so you just took it.
Glamma, how you feeling? Did you have fun playing?
Oh, sure, I did have fun playing, and I'll do it again if asked to.
You already know we're gonna ask you to because you're one of our faves, okay? So you have to come and play. And I really thank you guys for representing for Black History Month, all right? Who from the squad wants to join in on the game? You see that we have fun over here, so let us know, squad versus crew, hit us up in our DM, and we're gonna set it up. Now again, thank you guys, and this was so much fun.
Thank you.
All right, so it's 8 versus 8. It's 8 versus 8 now.
Yeah, we're tied up.
Tied again. So who's going to break it? Well, you got to reach out to us.
Yep.
You got to reach out to us, DM us on any platform. Say, hey, I'm part of the squad. I want to be on squad versus crew. I think I could take the squad to the winning side to make it 9-8.
Yeah, y'all need to help out.
All right, and of course you get a very special mug for participating.
Yes.
All right, speed round. Let's do it. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is a waiver?
It's a request for forgiveness for being inadmissible to the United States.
What's the difference between F1 and M1?
F1 student, M1 is for trade school.
How long for a citizen petitioner to get a green card for a fiance from Colombia?
At least a year.
Do I have to list all countries I traveled to without a passport stamp?
Of course, for citizenship, yes.
Can you gain legal status if you come to the U.S. through Mexico?
Perhaps. There's some things you can do.
Can a C1D holder marrying a U.S. citizen get a green card?
Yes, but it would be a provisional waiver, go home and come back.
Can I file asylum after staying in the USA for more than 5 years?
If country conditions have changed.
What can I do if I filed for a minor daughter in the U.S. and now she's adult?
get her on, see what the waiting list is.
Can I change my affidavit, my husband's affidavit of support?
Can you change it?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we ain't getting it. That last question is long as hell. We're not getting
we're at 9.
Yes, 10. We got to do 10 now. Y'all said 10.
I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. I thought we had time.
That last question was long. We wasn't going to get it.
I was taking my time to answer that.
That's all. You guys said 10.
I didn't realize it was 10.
Y'all said 10. Blow us up.
I'm going to tell you something. Ian loves us. He didn't even blow us up today.
Blow us up.
I guess he said there's too many things blowing up today.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
I mean, okay.
We're not going to.
Too soon. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Ian. He
All
said
right,
too many. Ian said in my ear, he said too many things blowing up today. We're not.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We can make Brad happy too.
All right, comments of the day. I didn't realize it was 10. I thought it was going to be 9. I forgot. I was taking my time. I could have got to 10.
All right, our first comment of the day. Share saying, good night all. I look forward to your show's team. Oh, nice. All right, and our second comment of the day. Olufemi O saying, why do people argue with a very good and kind immigration lawyer? Giving you free advice, even though some of you hired crappy lawyers in the first place. Dang, be thankful. I appreciate you, Brad and company.
Thank you very much.
They still love you, Brad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Olufemi. We have one from Tim Jacques saying, sad for the people of Ukraine, and I'm not Ukrainian. Pray for them.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's mankind. We pray
Yes.
for everybody. Yes. And our last comment of the day and for the week. Getaway Kath saying, this show is very informative as always. Thank you, squad, for the effort every day. May we have world peace.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
Please.
Amen. All right, everybody, stay safe wherever you are in the world. We will be back on air on Tuesday. So we're going to be off on Monday. Normally we're Monday to Thursday. Next week will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. We'll see you for tea time on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?